Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Binti Rahman. Today my group will demonstrate how to use an analog multimeter to measure voltage, current and resistance. Before we start, I will explain the safety precautions because safety is very important when working with electrical device.
First, before measuring, make sure the pointer is at 0. This step is important to ensure the reading is accurate. If the pointer is not 0, use the 0 adjust knob to set it correctly. Always check the multimeter and the probes before using. Make sure the wires are not broken and the connections are tight. Second, set the selector knob to the correct function before measuring. V for the voltage, and A for current, and ohm for resistance. Next, never touch the metal part of the probe when taking a measurement. Always hold the plastic handle to avoid electric shock. After using, turn off the power and keep the multimeter in safe and dry place to avoid damage.
So I will explain to you about the measuring device, which is a DC voltage, step by step. First, we will need to turn the meter off or to a high voltage DC range. Next, we insert the probes, black to COM and red to volt or ohm jack. Third, select the DC voltage range higher than expected. Look for DCV or V symbol on the meter. Fourth, we have to connect the probes across in parallel. The component or points whose voltage you want, red to positive point and black to negative. For the fifth one, read the needles on the correct DC voltage scale and convert if needed based on the selected range. The second last is, if the needle move off scale, immediately switch to a higher range. If it barely move, switch down to increase solution. Now, I will explain to you current step by step. We use DC current for example. First, we always need to turn power off to the circuit as a best practice. Next, we need to move the red probe to the appropriate current jack if your meter has a separate milliampere and ampere jack. If not, use the same volt and ohm jack, but be careful of range limits. Third, we have to select the current range higher than the expected current. Look for milliampere or ampere or DC milliampere. Fourth, we have to open the circuit where you need to measure the current. You must break the circuit at the point you want to measure. The fifth one, we have to connect the meter in series. Current flows from the source to the red probe, to the meter, to the black probe, and to the rest of circuit. For DC, respect polarity. 6. We have to turn the circuit power on and read on the needle on the correct current scale. For the second last, if needle hits full scale, immediately turn power off and switch to a higher range. Lastly, when finished, power off, then restore the circuit connections and move probe backs if needed.
Hello everyone, I will explain how to measure resistor whom using at a lot of multimeter. Connect the red probes to one end of the resistor and the black probes to the other end. Read the resistor value from the ohm scale on the meter. If the pointer do not move, just to a lower result of a better reading.